What is up, everybody? This is Steve Breach coming to you here today. I am driving to work. The sun is just starting to come up. You can see it coming up over the Tahoe areas as I drive the freeway and into work right now. Honestly, very pretty. It's probably one of my favorite times of the year when the sun is coming up around this time. But last night, big news. We booked our hotel for WrestleMania 41. I will tell you honestly, it's been a while since we've been planning a WrestleMania trip. We booked our room in Las Vegas. I don't really remember ever starting to put the pieces together on a WrestleMania trip this early. I know we are booking our room. Tickets, I'm hoping aren't going to be hard to get. But I do remember last year they sold out, I believe, the first day as fast as they could. I know in these days, a lot of like secondhand ticket sites will buy up a lot of the tickets to sell off at a high price. Hopefully, we don't have to go that route. I don't remember what year it was. I want to say it was WrestleMania 30 when we got the road double Ds, and we talked about that for a long time. But we'll get lucky on that pre-sale. I know we don't do the Skype thing. Well, I was going to say as much. We don't do the Skype thing anymore at all. So I don't know how we'll do that ticket sale, but I'm sure we'll pull it off when it comes around. But we're putting the cart a little bit in front of the horse. But we wanted to make sure we got a room. We wanted to make sure we got a good room, and we weren't staying at somewhere like Circus Circus. If you're staying at Circus Circus, it is what it is. But I've just seen bad reviews. I just want to make sure you're there. But I pretty much told my friends. Oh, let's just get to it since we've talked about it. What we did was we booked a room at Harrah's of Las Vegas. It's on the Strip. We booked I believe it's called a Mountain View room, and we upgraded it to have a view of the Strip, because this week needs to be legendary, and I guess being able to look out the window and look at all the comings and goings, that's going to be awesome. The one thing that I thought about with the view of the Strip was the lights and the action going off as you're trying to go to sleep, and maybe it waking or not letting you go to sleep, keeping you awake. But from the WrestleMania trips we've been on, I know that we're older. Most of the time we go nonstop to the point where you finally put your head down. There's no time before going to sleep. That's probably when I made one of the worst decisions of my WrestleMania career, when I got a text about going to meet The Rock, and I was like, yeah, there's no way in the world you're going to meet The Rock tonight. And I didn't even tell anybody in our group, and woke up to seeing my friend met The Rock that night, and that probably would have been worth staying up all night for. That's probably the biggest regret I have of all the WrestleMania trips. But I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. Hopefully, you guys, put your groups together. You guys can book a room. I know people that are gonna be staying at Caesars, and other hotels in the area. I honestly think that just make sure you look up on a map so you know where your hotel's gonna be. I mean, if you're in Vegas, you're in Vegas. But I'm just saying that, the biggest regret we had from WrestleMania 27 is where we stayed. That was our first WrestleMania. A lot of mistakes were made. That was one of them. How long it took us to drive out of the city every day. But we had a lot of fun. So it is what it is. Just make sure you guys get a good spot. But that city is going to be flooded with a lot of wrestling marks like ourselves. and I think there's going to be fun around every corner. This year's going to be a lot laid back. I'll tell you the truth. WrestleMania, WWE as a whole, is probably not going to be the number one feature of the trip, I guess you can say. We're really just, going to be glad to get the band back together and, be hanging out. I haven't seen Ravi since 2020. I haven't seen Miguel since 2016. I honestly feel like I saw him yesterday. But I've thrown out what I care about on the trip. I would like to go to WrestleCon. I know this sounds so stupid. One of the things I'm looking forward to doing more than anything else on this whole trip is go to WrestleCon and meet Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash is one of my favorite wrestlers. I've never had a chance to meet him. Miguel met him WrestleMania 27. I saw him at a lot of WrestleCons, Wrestle Reunions, and just never had him on my list to meet him, and I don't know why, and I highly regret it. I've got that Wolfpack Championship belt. I want to get that signed. I think that would be like a marquee thing in my collection. And I listen to his podcast. It's one of my highlights of my week every week. It's what I wake up and listen to on Monday. Other than that, I would like to see the world. I don't think that Ravi and Miguel are going to make that a high thing. I'm not going to do it like we did when we went to Access, where we met a lot of wrestlers. I mainly just want to go to see the sets that they put out. Last year, if I went, I would have loved to get a picture in front of the In Your House set. I would have loved to get a picture in front of the In Your House set and the ECW entrance. Those probably would have made my whole day at the World. If I met anybody, that would just be icing on the cake. I know the WrestleMania Superstore is always going to be on the list. Other than that, I want to go on the New York roller coaster, and I would like to go on the Stratosphere. Is that the name of that hotel? The Stratosphere? The one that goes way up in the air, kind of like that thing in Toronto. And then there's a roller coaster up on top of there. I ain't doing that thing that slides out over the edge. Fuck all that. Side story. My dad went on that. My dad and his buddy Eric went up to the top of the Stratocaster. They rode the roller coaster, and then they bought tickets to get on the ride. I think it's called the Edge, where basically everybody gets in the cart. The guy releases the brake, and it just goes out over the edge, and it stops. But you're over the edge with the only thing hanging on is the track, and the cart's just dangling, and you're looking out there. He sat down in the seat. The guy told him to put on the seatbelt, and he looked at his buddy Eric, and he said, I've done enough sitting in the seat. That's good enough for me. And they immediately got out. They didn't ask for a refund. They didn't ask for their ticket back to give to somebody else. They just got out of there. So I would really want to ride the roller coaster if I don't even know where the Stratosphere is, but that's what I would want to see. But that's kind of all that I really care about doing. If they want to go see certain shows, I'm in for it. One of my favorite shows each and every year was the WrestleCon High Spots show. I know it has a name where it's named after somebody, but I don't know what it is. But that's one of my favorite shows. I've looked at the card the past few years, and it doesn't look the same as the last few that we went to at WrestleMania 31, WrestleMania 32. I remember one of them had a Colt Cabana versus Jeff Jarrett match, and I was like, son of a gun. For some reason, I really want to see that match. But that's it. That's the update. I posted a lot of this stuff on Twitter. If you want to go over there and look at the pictures of the room, and the upgrade and this, that, and the other. I made it real easy. I linked to the hotel if you wanted to stay there. So there we go. I don't know when tickets will go on sale for WrestleMania to get us to the next point. I know that I can buy a ticket and fly Southwest for about $100 any day of the week, because that's kind of like a hot flight here from Sacramento. So that's where we are. I'm at work. I gotta go. So peace out. See you guys down the road.